What is up, side hustlers, entrepreneurs, business builders, and dream makers? Welcome to the Settle Your Side Hustle Podcast, episode 75. You ask me, that's a monumental podcast number because it's just a fun number. It's great to be back in your earbuds once again, as we are every single day of the work week. Guys, I'm excited to talk to you today because today I want to talk to you about something that I've just been thinking about and mulling over as I'm moving towards the next phase in my business. So, many of you are already fully aware that I am currently in the process of writing a book. That book will be written and completely done very soon, this week in all likelihood. And then once it's done, we are going to move forward with a classic book launch. We're going to run ads behind it. We're going to have a funnel, all sorts of crazy, exciting, fun things, fun times for the business. And one thing that I'm thinking through is just different possible lead magnets in my business. And so I want to have a conversation with you about lead magnet. So a lead magnet is, very simply put, something that you give away to your ideal customer for free, usually in exchange for their contact information. And this way you get the lead, you magnetize them to you through this lead magnet. And a lot of companies really struggle to make good lead magnets. So I want to talk to you about lead magnets, how we should make lead magnets, a little bit of advice on how we should be thinking about it. And it's something that I'm thinking about and working through in my business right now because my business has quite a few lead magnets. One that you might be familiar with is that I have this amazing free Facebook group where I do free trainings on how to build your business. And I tell everybody, you got to get in that Facebook group. It's Settle Your Side Hustle on Facebook. The link is always in the description on every one of these episodes. Another one is this list of 50 proven side hustles you can start today with just a laptop and the checklist of the 11 tools I recommend using to launch that side hustle. You can get that for free. The link for that is in the description. Something that I talk about a little bit less, but that I'm thinking maybe we turn this into a true traditional lead magnet versus what it currently is, which is something that's known as a deposit funnel, is I have this 14-day Settle Your Side Hustle challenge that when you take this challenge, it helps you figure out what business you should be doing in as little as 14 days. Now, this is something that currently, the way it's set up, takes a $95 deposit, and that deposit is held and then returned to you upon completion, upon graduation. It's meant to be an incentive to go through the entire challenge. Now, that to me is a very valuable lead magnet, but I'm thinking maybe we take away the deposit, we just make it truly free. I don't know, something that I'm just playing with right now as I'm exploring lead magnets. I'll have the link to that in the description right now. If you go for that right now, you're going to be paying the $95, but it's an incentive because once you complete the program, you get it back. So that's going to be there as well. And so all these lead magnets, and frankly, I still have more that I could create. And so I'm thinking through, should I make a couple more? Because there's different ways we could leverage them. My book will be a lead magnet. Even though people will be paying shipping and handling, they're going to be getting the book for free. And I suppose I could even potentially give away the ebook for free. I haven't made that decision yet. That's a possibility. And so just been thinking about this in the next iteration, next phase of my business made me think maybe I should talk to you guys about lead magnets in general. And I know we've talked about it in the past, but this is the kind of thing that it's a valuable tool in marketing. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Here's some food for thought on how to build a lead magnet. Step one, you got to figure out exactly who your lead magnet is for, and you got to figure out exactly what problem your lead magnet is solving. The who is your ideal client avatar. If you don't already have that, you got to get your ideal client avatar figured out. You got to know exactly who you're marketing to. Everything in your business should be centered around this person who is your client avatar. Okay? Then once you know exactly who it's for, then what you should already know is what problems they have. Your lead magnet should solve one very specific problem that they have. For example, the lead magnets that I just told you about, the Settle Your Side Hustle Challenge and the checklist of different possible side hustles you could engage in. Both of those solve the same one very narrow problem. And that one very narrow problem is, what business should you do? Right? And there's a reason that I help somebody figure that out through my lead magnets rather than through my high ticket programs, which leads me to kind of what this next step is going to be. My next thing that I think you should really be thinking about. I solve a problem that immediately, through this lead magnet, I solve a problem that immediately gives my audience a new problem. Well, every problem has that problem. Every problem is that patternistic, but The new problem they now have is the problem that I solve in my core services, which means they have now been primed to want my help. They know that they know that they can trust me because they went through a lead magnet from me that did exactly what it promised. They might like me because they're like sticking around. So the odds of them liking me are high, right? And they know me because they've gone through that material. So they've gone through the material. It actually helps so that they can know me, they can trust me. And if they like me, there's a very high probability that they'll want to pay me to help them moving forward. And so that's the way a good lead magnet is structured. In my case, you need to have a business figured out before I can help you grow it, right? So you figure out your business. You're like, all right, this is the business I want to do, but I have no idea how to start. Ding, 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 ding. I help you start. My 6-step blueprint helps you start. That's what it's intended for. Come here. Let's do it. All right. Okay. That's how your lead magnet should be built. So they should solve a very specific, very narrow problem for a very specific individual. And it should be a problem that prepares them for your core services or the next step in your value ladder. It should prepare them for whatever is going to happen next. Their new problem should be the core problem that you solve. That means you made a good lead magnet. So what does your lead magnet need to be? It doesn't matter. Sky's the limit. You make a video like this. A podcast episode could technically be a lead magnet if it wasn't going out for free. Maybe it still could. It could be a checklist. It could be a PDF. It could be an ebook. It could be a video course. It could be an audio course. It could be a free service. It could be your time. It could be a free trial of a software. It could be a free software. There's so many, like the sky's the limits. There's no actual limit on this. They just need to A, solve a very specific problem for a very specific person. B, prepare them for your core offer. And C, which I haven't talked about, they need to invite them into that core offer. They need to have a call to action to move them forward. So once you've done that, and you've moved them forward, you've now created a good lead magnet. So what's going to happen in that case? Well, the difference is probably going to be that if I just run ads to saying, hey, give me a lot of money, there's very few people who are going to do that. Even if they have the problem that I'm solving. They don't know me. They don't like me. They don't trust me. There's not likely to be willing to give me a lot of money, even if I solve this core problem that they have. Some people might. Enough for me to be profitable? That's pretty risky. But if instead I give something of true value for free, and then I can run ads to that and say, hey, I want to help you solve this problem. And I can build that know, like, and trust. And then to people who already know that I can solve their problem, I say, hey, let me help you solve the bigger problem. They go, yes, absolutely. And it just increases close rate on actual core services. So does this mean that your lead magnet needs to be free? Not necessarily. I've seen people do this very successfully with $47 courses, things in that nature, or $7 per month subscriptions. This is the kind of the wheelhouse I work in. I like what are called tripwires, not lead magnets. Only difference is they pay a small amount of money for them. I like those because they get people who are not only dedicated and interested and know, like, and trust you, but people who've already have a pattern of having paid you. And the most likely person to ever pay you will be somebody who has already paid you. So I really lean into those. I like those a lot. That's really big, quick overview of what I would say we want to make sure that we have in any good lead magnet. Very specific audience that it's meant for. It helps them solve a very specific narrow problem. It prepares them. It prepares them for the next problem being whatever your core offer solves. And it invites them to that. You get those steps in, you're going to build a fantastic lead magnet. Make sure it's very high quality. This is one of the things, since I'm thinking through my existing lead magnets, is some of them are very high quality. Others, I'm wondering, what if I could revamp them and make them better? And so these are the things I'm thinking through. That's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully this is something that's helpful that you can implement into your business to make your business stronger. And you can do that alongside me as I'm implementing it in my business and making my business stronger. Thank you guys so much. Putting your earbuds once again tomorrow. God bless.